disabilities don't have them.
There's been a very famous...
Is that what you're saying?
There's been a very famous study. There's been a very famous study that will explain some of this, why we have a high rate of disability or a higher rate, and it was called the Spirit Level. And it was a study looking at society and inequality and how the more unequal a society is, the more it impacts on the overall health of that society. So it identified the United States of America as one of the most unequal societies in the world. In other words, the gap between rich and poor, or the top and the bottom. And all of the health things on mental health and ability and, you know, people's bodily functions are impacted much worse in a more unequal society. And Ireland, in Europe, happens to be more unequal than most of the rest of Europe. Ireland and the UK. So that's one explanation for the higher rates of disability. But just to say to Brendan and to all of you, I was my mother's carer for a number of years, and I claimed social protection in the form of the carers allowance. And I worked before that, and I'm working since. Now, my mother was kept out of hospital, out of a bed in hospital or a home by my full-time carer for her. And there are tens of thousands. The Minister might even know the figures better.
It's something we'll be talking to Rory Khan about later on.
They're not all about unemployment. They're also about domiciliary care allowance, about the carers allowance, about pension, about disability. There's a whole range of social protection.
We will pause there.
And we absolutely need them. I'd like to know Brendan would live on €190 a
and
week.
He was asked that very question in the studio 3 weeks. It does not seem fair that you're working for a couple of years